What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video. Here today with a little bit of a motivational video. That's why it's kind of dark, illuminated just by the power of the sun, because you gotta sometimes lose yourself to find yourself, honestly. That's the message today. I'm just fucking with you. In this video, it's actually all about push-ups. I want to talk about the importance of push-ups, how you could kind of quantify them in order to get more gains. Both when we talk about from a hypertrophic effect, like trying to build muscle, but also just structural integrity, right? We talk about shoulder health, why they're really, really great. I made a previous video, link is going to be over here, just check it out if you haven't already, how push-ups are kind of magical. And to give you a brief summary of what I'm talking about, push-ups are a closed chain kinetic movement. A bench press is a little bit different. You're lying down on the bench press. As such, there's not as much stability required. On the push-up, it works your serratus anterior, this muscle kind of right here, that assists in shoulder stability a lot more than on the bench press. For a lot of bros out there, just from sitting, from life in general, your shoulders get jacked up. Shoulder pain is probably one of the top questions I get, that and lower back pain when it comes to lifting. And a lot of that is our situation, how we live our life, and then the things that we don't do. I made a lot of videos on mobility before, and they're very specific. Like there'd be a problem, like, oh, you got this going on, knee pain, here's what you should do, a variety of different movements. But what I want to talk about push-ups today is they're kind of just a really good movement everyone should be doing. So much like I made that video about my back progress, how I wanted to do 10,000 pull-ups in order to get a bigger, better looking back, and I did that, I got great results. I'm going to issue a similar challenge to you guys today to try and do this for yourself if you want stronger, healthier shoulders, but you also want to get a little bit extra volume to build a little bit more muscle. And that is, you could call it the 10,000 push-up challenge, the 20,000 push-up challenge. It's really up to you. But I'm going to try and convince you in this video today of the importance of doing push-ups on pretty much a daily basis. So here's what I want to talk about. In the first place, if we take, once again, a look at the push-up, they work that serratus anterior more. They're very good for your shoulders. From a shoulder health standpoint, as long as you don't find you get any pain, any irritation when you do push-ups, if you do, that is a good indication that you got something going on. There may be an impingement, some sort of shoulder problem. But if you could do push-ups just perfectly fine, right, with no pain whatsoever, then you should be doing them, because they kind of combine a bunch of different mobility movements in once, right? If you're doing them properly, where you're kind of, once again, trying to twist the floor, turn the floor a little bit, where you're exerting a little bit of that rotational force, so you're stacking the wrist with the elbow with the shoulder joint itself. It's a different movement than the bench press, so your hand placement is going to be a little bit closer, so just outside of shoulder width. They're very, very good, once again, for your shoulders and for working that area that just does not get enough love in most training programs. Another movement that does it, and guess what, I'm a huge advocate of it, is the overhead press. So the push-up, why it's really great is, for most people, your body weight is going to be the force that you're using. It's going to be the load, right, your resistance that you have. And so it's not too challenging. As long as you're within a respectable body fat percentage, you should be able to crank out 10, 20, 30 reps, good proper form of push-ups for multiple sets. And in this way, it's different than your normal training routine, right? What do you train when it comes to bodybuilding, trying to build muscle or strength? Probably 5 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps. Here we're talking about doing a movement for a lot of volume, high volume and a high frequency approach. It's not going to be detrimental to your bench press training or to your overall strength gains. If anything, it's just going to help assist, keep that area healthy and get a little bit extra volume. Much like, once again, when I made that pull-up video where we could take things from different people, right? Calisthenics, those individuals that do a lot of pull-ups, do a lot of body weight movements, they're great. One of the problems of only doing them, however, is that you got to do a whole lot of volume in order to get that hypertrophic effect. But this video is targeting those that already do a lot of volume, a lot of work in the gym. This is in addition to, guess what you're doing every Friday night now? Not touching yourself, not only, but you also will be doing push-ups, because push-ups, once again, you could do them throughout the day, you could do them every single day. They will not impair any of your gains, any of your strength gains or your focus. Doing 100 push-ups a day is a very easy accomplishment. It probably would take you, honestly, 100 push-ups, maybe 5 to 6 minutes. But you add that up. That's why I made that overall number, like 10,000 or 20,000 push-ups. You do that in addition to what you're already doing. So you're just spending 5 more minutes a day. Your shoulders are going to feel better, more stable, healthier. They're going to be able then, on the bench press, they'll probably just feel a little less achy. But also, you're getting a lot of volume doing high repetitions. And once again, if you look at Dr. Brad Schoenfeld and the work that's recently been done towards doing higher rep training, it is, let's say, a viable method towards building muscle. So really, you're doing your existing workout and you're just adding a little extra volume. What's the negative? There's no real downside. The only commitment from you is 5 minutes, maybe a day. I would say for those that are training, like let's say you're coming in here, you want to do a training session like an upper body push, you would just do them as part of your warm-up. And they save you time because it prevents you from having to do 3 or 4 different other movements to warm up the shoulder joint. Just get blood flowing in there, do sets, hopefully you can do at least sets of 10, but more like sets of 20, do 3 to 5 sets of 20 repetitions, so that's about 100 push-ups in a day before you do your push workout. On off days, same idea. You'd crank out anywhere between 50 to 100 push-ups, taking roughly 5 minutes. I'm giving you guys now a number of challenge because a lot of you guys followed along and got great success when I announced that 10,000 pull-up challenge where your backs really grew, that high frequency, high volume approach. I want to take now that similar mentality, that similar approach when it comes to doing push-ups. A lot of times it really comes down to those fundamental movements, sticking to the basics. You're not changing anything in your actual program. All you're doing is adding a few extra sets of push-ups every single damn day, and you should notice more results when it comes to both trying to build muscle in that area, so your pec, your tricep, your shoulders, a little bit more, and also healthier, stronger, safer shoulders with which to lift with. Guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I've been showing you just the technique, a little cues on how to properly, execute the push-up. A last benefit that I did not talk about, however, is how it's another bracing position you have to be in, much like the plank, much like the overhead press. We talk about torso rigidity. We talk about that overall total body tension you got going on. The bench press, once again, kind of robs you a little bit of that because the bench is assisting you, but doing more movements where you got to focus on that isometric contraction will really help you on the deadlift, on the squat, on the overhead press, a lot of these raw movements. So I think everybody should be doing push-ups as long as they feel fine on your body. If they don't, that means, my man, you got some issues you got to work through. But other than that, do push-ups every damn day. Don't go to failure on them, just good, clean reps, consistent reps, and go for that 10,000 to 20,000 goal as the start of the year for 2017. Guys, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure to like the damn video. Trying to always drop some useful pieces of advice that everyone can benefit from. I think this is one of those movements, one of those things, much like you should do squats, you should do deadlifts, you should do, the overhead press. You should be doing push-ups on a pretty much daily basis if you want stronger, safer shoulders, and also add a little bit extra volume so you can build more muscles. That's all the time we have. Now I gotta reflect on myself with the waning sun, just think about myself, and I'll be seeing all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!
Eat your vegetables, eat your vegetables, eat your fucking vegetables.